Good morning. Now let's look at the new topic. The new topic is about the inverse functions. The new topic is about the inverse functions. Now there is a hint which I have here. The hint is the inverse function is its reverse. E.g., for an example, the inverse of the function add 6 is subtract 6. So it means the inverse of add 6, what is its inverse? Its inverse is subtract 6. So now, if we have in the equation y is equals to 2x plus 1, now the variable y is dependent on the value of x. The variable y is dependent on the value of x. So now, if it is that case, so we are now saying that what is the notation now? The notation, how do we write the function? Function is written as f of x is equals to 2x. So here of the variable x, whereby f of x is equals to 2x minus 1. So now, the issue here is now how do we write or find the inverse of a function? As you can see, now this one, f of x is equals to, this is now an example of a function. Now we want to write this f of x is equals to 2x, the inverse of this, which means it's the reverse of this. Right, now look at the examples. Now the examples, find the inverse of the function f of x is equals to x plus 3. Now we want to find f of x is equals to x plus 3. We want to find the inverse of this. Right, I have 3 steps which you have to remember and which you are going to follow. Step number 1, write the function as an equation in terms of y. So it means you are going to remove this f of x, then you put what? Y, then you rewrite it as y is equals to x plus 3. That is step number 1. So step number 1 is to remove this notation which is f of x and replace it with what? Y. Then step number 2, swap x and y. So in this case, if I'm saying swap, change their position. If x is here, put it here, y is here, put it x here. As I have said here, x was here, it's now here, so it's now x. Then equals to y was here, I put it here, I swapped it with x, then put it here. So it now x is equals to y plus 3. Now after doing this now, step number 3, rearrange to make y the subject of the formula. In other words, after doing swapping, make y the subject of the formula. So now if we make y, it means you are now taking positive 3 to this side. It becomes negative 3, which is equals to y. So in this case, when you are writing, start with the y, so it's y is equals to x minus 3. This term is your inverse. So therefore, the inverse of function is f of x is equals to x minus 3. So the inverse for f of x is equals to x plus 3, this is your answer, x minus 3. Now let's look at another example again. Do we have another example? Right, no. But now in this exercise, find the inverse of the function. Now this is an exercise. So this exercise is simple and straightforward. What we have to do is you follow the steps which I have outlined here. Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. Step number 1, remove the f of x and replace it with the y. Then step number 2, swap x and y. Then step number 3, make y the subject of the formula. Now let's look at the exercise. The exercise number 1, f of x is equals to x plus 7. So when you are now finding the inverse of this function, remove this f of x and put it y, then it will be y is equals to x plus 7. After that, do the swapping, then from there make y the subject of the formula. So all that is what we are going to do in O number 1 up to 8. So I want you to try to follow the 3 steps. After following the 3 steps, then you now find your inverse.